What's up, my name is TechNoobber here for Troubleshoot and welcome back to another video. In this quick video, I'll be taking you through optimizing Gotham Knights. Though before we do get into it, this game hasn't got the best optimization currently. It's a huge letdown for a lot of people, but I'll do this video anyway so you can get the best experience you can right now, and in the future when things improve, hopefully you can get an even better experience if you've already got everything optimized to the best extent you can. So without further ado, let's get into it. To begin, I won't be touching on Windows optimization at all. Instead, in the description down below, you'll find Windows 10, Windows 11, and NVIDIA optimization guides to get the most out of your PC. Besides that, simply just make sure you have as many things closed as possible. Make sure you don't have any overlays enabled that you're not currently using, such as say the Discord overlay or maybe River Tuner and things like that. The less you have running, the more likely you are to get a better performance in game. And obviously, make sure that you have your NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel graphics drivers completely up to date before you even continue. Now, let's get into some game-specific options to get the best experience. I'll start by opening up Steam, though I'm pretty sure this game's available on other platforms too. I'll head across to my library, search for Gotham Knights. I'll right-click the game here, choose Properties, then on the General tab under Launch Options, click here and type in minus, followed by in all caps, use all available cores as such. So use all available cores. You'll find this in the description. Now, if you have more than 8 GB of VRAM in your graphics card, in other words, you have a high-end GPU, add a space here, followed by no texture streaming. Now you can close out of this with either one or two options and click play. Obviously, this game is very pretty to say the least. There's a couple of things we can do to improve input latency, FPS, etc. Hit escape and head into options. Inside of here, we'll head across to graphics and set the display mode to full screen, resolution to whatever matches your display, and VSync turned off unless you're getting screen tearing. Scrolling down, brightness, contrast, saturation, and HDR are all your preference. Resolution quality. Make sure dynamic resolution is turned off. Set the max FPS limit to as high as it can go, unless you need to lower this for some reason, say recording. If your OBS or whatever it is lagging, you can lower this to just below what FPS you're currently getting to save some GPU for other programs like OBS Studio. Render resolution should be set to 100. By default, it's a bit lower. Upscaling type should be set to either AMD FSR, NVIDIA DLSS, or XESS, depending on what you have. If you have an Intel GPU from the new Arc generation or above, select XESS. If you have an NVIDIA graphics card, select NVIDIA DLSS. Otherwise, select AMD FSR2 if nothing else is available to you. Upscale quality. The faster this is, the lower the resolution will be, it'll be scaled up, and the more weird artifacts you'll see. So if I push this to quality, the game will look really good, and on top of that, we'll have a small FPS boost. So start on the very far left and move right one by one until you're happy with your performance and visual glitches. You'll see the further to the right you go, the more glitches you get. I'll leave this on NVIDIA DLSS on quality. Sharpening level, we can turn this on, and we can toggle all the way between 1 and 10, 10 being 100%. Usually you'll leave this on about 7, and that's pretty good for using DLSS or FSR, but you can also lower this to maybe 5 or so. Advanced. Field of view is your preference. For me, I like having this a lot higher. The highest you can go is 100. I'll leave this on, say, 90. Ray tracing, you should absolutely have this off. You'll get much better FPS. Motion blur, your preference, though I like having this off. Ambient occlusion shouldn't have too much of an impact. Bloom, same here. Chromatic aberration, that's more your preference. It's that weird red-green separation around objects. You can turn this off. And depth of field, I also have this off as it helps you see further without the need for glasses. Though this is your preference, if you like the movie look of having a blurry background, you may want to have that on. Quality preset. You can leave this where it is. We'll be running through these one by one. Texture quality, this completely relies on the amount of VRAM you have. If you use that second launch argument that I mentioned, your VRAM is probably really high, and you can leave this on high or even highest without needing to worry about it. Shadows quality, this will cause a huge impact on FPS, so you'll want to lower this to low. Effect quality, this will cause sporadic FPS drops depending on what's happening in the scene. If there's lots of fire and things like that, this could cause FPS drops if it's pushed too high, so leaving it on medium is pretty good. Post-processing quality, lowering this should improve your FPS. I'll set this on low. Then view distance, once again, lowering this gives you better FPS. You don't need this too high, it's not a long distance shoot or anything, so leaving it on low is probably good enough. Environment density, once again, a lower value means better performance. As it says on the far right, during a co-op session, this option is set by the host player, so if you're playing with a friend, then whatever they have selected is what you'll have selected as well. Simply hit V to apply, and just like that, you'll see things change in the background. The main difference that you'll probably notice here is depth of field. If I turn it back on, things in the distance should be a lot blurrier as soon as I go out of the menu. Anyways, that's really about it for this game. There's not too much else we can customize here. Everything is good enough as is, though of course the game can definitely do with a lot of optimization besides what we have already. So thank you all for watching. My name's been TechNob here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.